Is he waiting for the beat drop, or is he just coming running out? Let's see.
Hopefully he waits for the beat drop, Steve.
Oh, nice. There he is.
It's an amazing song to walk out to.
He's got great hair. Great hair. They're both 0-0, 155 pounds, so they've weighed into the lightweight division limit here. The day before weighing, were you part of it? Were you part of anything in terms of his weight cut? Did he cut any weight? Was he losing any water?
I think he just stayed about the same weight, Steve. I'm not entirely sure, but I've got to say he put in the hard work and everything. He's going to be a beast for this cage fight.
This division, yes. You know what? Sometimes that's a big benefit, is training at the weight that you're going to compete in, feeling comfortable at that weight, making sure that you can perform at that weight constantly, that you haven't drained yourself over the course of the weight cut. And he is quite tall, I was noticing, Rufus. Really tall, lanky, kind of in that Chris Fensom tradition of tall, lanky fighters. Well, he used to be lanky. What is he? Looks like he ate it.
I think he's bulking at the moment, Steve.
Is that what he's going to say? Good. Well, I tell you somebody that's not bulking is Rufus. Rufus looking absolutely shredded. Let's see what the difference is. Who's going to get there fastest with the mostest, Jack?
I've got to say, Steve, his opponent, Rufus's opponent today, he's looking mean, he's looking sharp.
Nice chopping.
He's quite fast as well.
Came steaming in there. This is what we saw earlier from the Broadway fighters. They like to get into this clinch position. He's got double underhooks right now. Rufus doing well to try to move the face away and try to get that head pressure away. But it is tough right now.
Rufus isn't looking... He's looking very good, I've got to say. His defense at the moment is on point. He's doing well to try get his head down.
That's a good point. That's a good point, Jack, because he needs to get his head into the fight, if you will. Whereas what we see right now from Lukasz Gogol, he's got his head right under the chin. And that's a very uncomfortable position, but Rufus has dug the left underhook there. Now he's got a body lock and uses it to change positions. Good. Now he's pressing Lukasz up against the fence.
I think Rufus is going to look for double unders, I think. Look, he's looking with his right hand to go double under.
Nice knee position. There's
looking for a takedown, I think.
Trip there for a moment. He was momentarily there. There's definitely an opportunity for some knees here. Rufus maybe just showing a little bit of inexperience here because he's not bringing his head back into the fight, or might be looking to set up that double under.
Yeah,
good call,
double
Jack.
under.
Very nice. He used that space to get that in. Now he's got it. He can step to the side and look for a trip, and he gets it.
That's amazing. It's one of his favourite trips to do in our gym.
Look at he's got 2-on-1 there on the wrist. He's got a single wrist position.
Oh, he's got back. He's got his back. Oh, unlucky. Oh, he's going to say it again.
Takedown again. Doubles it up. And Lukasz is having to give up his back to try to stand up. These are really nice takedowns. Now he's going to Rufus needs to settle on top and try to make a bit of a statement here.
I've got to say, Steve, Rufus doesn't look like the scariest of people, but in our gym, I've got to say he's known as the baby-faced assassin for a reason.
Baby-faced assassin, Rufus Ruckus Nicholson.
Oh, he's got his back.
He's up on the back right now. He just needs to solidify his position. He's got his hands together.
He's going to look for a takedown. I think he's going to go for the foot sweep.
Yeah, try to run him into the mat maybe. He's got that, still got double, he's got over-under position now, that spinning around.
He might go for a hip throw, I think. He might go for a hip throw.
Yeah, he's really got to get. He's really got to get that in there. You've got to commit to those hip throws if they're going to work. It's been back and forth for the first 2.5 minutes. 2 excellent takedowns from Rufus Nicholson are matched by a single one from Lukasz Gogol, who's looking to ride out the round on top. Seems to be quite high up here. Rufus is right in his corner right now.
I think Rufus is just going to hold it here, play it safe until the next round.
That's the problem there. Some good shots here landing into Lukasz Gogol. Did well to capitalize on the last 10 seconds of that round to land some shots there. That might be the two good takedowns from Rufus, but he wasn't able to do very much in terms of damage with them. And Lukasz Gogol finishes the round on top, landing a series of ground and pound shots. We have to be objective. We have to be objective. That will probably be a round for Lukasz Gogol.
Yeah, I've
so
got to
Rufus,
agree with that, Steve.
And it was interesting. Gogol just seemed to come on stronger and stronger as the round went on. He can be a bit out of position here. Sometimes it's a bit about experience, but settling down now. Both, honestly, Rufus probably looks like the adrenaline's at least got to him momentarily. He's showing a bit of exhaustion, whereas Gogol's listening to his corner. He's talking back and forth.
I've got to say, Steve, I think it's because Rufus' his first round and his first ever fight. But Goggins, he came in fast, he came in very quick, and that's probably why Rufus got a bit scared at the start.
Yeah, it definitely takes you back. You're looking to almost have a feeling out process. You don't get that in the amateurs. Both guys are trying to run at each other. Let's see if Rufus can cut some more angles, or if we see more of that clinch work from Gogol.
I think Rufus is going to use that jab a lot more to keep his range and his distance.
He's got it nice and low so he can fire it right up the middle.
I think Rufus is also going to look for a left switch kick to the face. It's a very strong. Oh, he's going to try chop the legs.
Nice
what a lovely left hook.
Oh, he mixed it. Oh, what a big!
Oh my God, that was a big.
It was a huge right head kick there. Gogol clinches up. Rufus is able to turn him back over.
Side control.
Now he's in side control. He needs to get his pressure down. Get that pressure down!
I've got to say, Steve, he needs to keep that chest to his chest, otherwise he's just going to escape really easily.
There's a lot of power there.
I think he's going to look to pass and get mount.
He's just got to settle here for a moment. The cobwebs are probably clearing for Gogol at the moment, but what an incredible head kick. That looked like it knocked his eye through the other side of his head.
He got rocked a bit there, Steve. I wouldn't want to be behind that.
No, not at all. But now he's working back into a half guard position, getting a lockdown in that half guard. It's going to cause Rufus to have trouble dropping his hips. But Rufus has done quite well looking for the Dagestani handcuff under the back here, so I'm wondering if he's going to do a bit more of that.
Yeah, we at our gym, Steve, we do that quite a lot.
He's framing on the biceps very, very well to prevent any sort of gripping from Gogol. And he's now look for Rufus to start landing some strikes. Settles back in guard. But guard is not the end of the world in MMA. You can keep your head positioned well, and you can land shots to the body and to the head, as Rufus does there. Really great second round now for Rufus. He's aware of that triangle, uses it to pass. He's back in side control. He's got almost a bulldog choke. He turns back in.
I think Rufus here is going to look for another takedown.
Fire those knees up into the body. Turns him very, very well. Let's see how rocked Gogol is. Rufus runs back onto him. Eats a 1-2 of his own.
Rufus is looking a bit tired here. His hands are down. This has been a great fight so far.
37 seconds. Watch that overhand right. The overhand right seems to be being set up by Gogol at the moment. He's flapping around a bit.
He looks a bit disorientated. I've got to say, Steve, he doesn't look completely with it.
I don't know if he's fainting with the head, but we saw that from his teammate earlier.
Oh, he's going to look for the guillotine.
He's got those long arms, does Rufus. He can sneak that in.
I think he's got it. He's got it.
He's got the hands together. He's got to sit for it if he wants it.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting it. He's getting it.
He's pulling it up hard. This is a heck of a way to finish that round.
I don't think it's quite going to get him. Ah.
That was a very good second round for Rufus Nicholson. He comes in very well.
I've got to say that round I think goes to Rufus Nicholson. So I think it's 1-0 at the moment.
Max, you gotta rub his arms.
Sorry, that was just me. That was just just really, really excellent back and forth so far in this fight. It's amazing to see how these fighters are matching up, how they're coming together. There's a really, really good, just a really good test here in the 70 kilo lightweight division. That's what you want to see, and this is both fighters making their debut in the Battle Arena cage. We're seeing a bit more. It's almost like they're trying to G him up there in the corner of Lukasz Gogol.
This is an amazing debut fight. I've got to say, Steve, it couldn't have got any better than this.
Some good gamesmanship there from the Fence and BJJ corner to just drag your feet a little bit coming out of the corner, just to give Rufus a few more minutes, just to get, or a few more seconds to rather, to get his breath back. Now, yep, Lukasz Gogol is going to be coming in like a hurricane, and this is where it has to be. It has to be crisp from both fighters, because it's 1 round apiece in my books.
What a lovely left kick to the face.
Just lovely switch. He just doesn't have any telegraph in that because he's uses his right hand to hide it. I'd like to see it. Look at that.
Lovely right left.
Just flaps it, and there's the right hand lands. Now we're there.
Oh, what a roll! I've got to say,
roll.
Rufus, that was amazing.
And he's back on the guillotine there.
He's got it deep, I think.
No, he's got an arm. He's got both arms over. Both arms over.
I think he's going to look for a guillotine.
He's got to pummel that hand back in. Really hard to finish guillotines with these 8-ounce gloves, like we've said before.
He's going to try sneak his left hand. Oh, no, he's going to go for double unders, I think.
Another head kick lands. This is very, very high-level kickboxing from Rufus.
That's what happens when you train with Chris Fenton.
Again, you know, he's framing on the biceps really well to prevent any of that earlier ground and pound we saw, but he's really flattened out momentarily. Good control here.
Very good
lockdown from Rufus.
Rufus is looking a bit tired here, but he's going to have to just go with it. He's got a minute and 40 left.
Got to dig deep. Find that power, because a minute 40 left. There's a lot to be played for right here.
I think this debut right here is going to be who wants it more.
And this is the proving ground. We've got 90 seconds. Those are 90 moments that you can make your own. Good lockdown position from Rufus, and it's just Stuart Davies is all on top of the action. If he doesn't see any activity here, he's going to stand them up. That probably favors Rufus, so he does need to continue blocking and continue using this position. He ends up with that deep half position that he could use to try to sweep that back up. I'm wondering if Stuart Davies is he's having a close look here. There's no pass. Davies is almost about to intervene.
I think Davies is going to start doing some ground and pound in a minute. I'm not entirely sure.
No, he's looking for, yeah. Gogol's got the knee. He's been using the knee to try to get a bit of a purchase and try to land to the body of Rufus. But Stuart Davies, our referee, is looking at the action very closely. We've got 40 seconds left. There's a lot of control that's gone on here. Maybe that exhaustion, like you alluded to, Jack, is taking over, but Rufus could use that little oomph to try to get back up, because right now he's just being controlled on the ground.
I completely agree, Steve.
He showed a lot of aggression there standing, but now it's very difficult. You can't let this come out, because if he ends up in mount late in the fight, it could be the difference. Yeah, there's calls for punches, some knees coming into the body. Rufus needs to get up on his hand if he can and turn in. If he can, not end this fight the way.
He's got to end this fight fast. He's got to dig in.
Oh, I would not want to be in the hands of the judges there.
Oh, I've got to say, Steve, that debut was hard. It's one apiece. I'm not entirely sure who that one goes to.
That was good. First round, definitely Gogol, I think, with the
second round.
Two takedowns for, it was really, really close. 2 takedowns for Rufus, a takedown for Lukasz Gogol, but ground and pound there at the end of the first round. Second round, big head kick, wobbles him, takedowns, guillotine towards the end. To what?
I think it was 2 head kicks, Steve.
Well, the second was it 2 head kicks in the second round? Was the head kick was in the third round as well?
Yeah,
that head kick was like a, jeez. You see, they happen so fast with Rufus Nicholson. I barely see them coming. It's faster than a speeding bullet. Honestly, if he turns the lights up, if he flicks the switch, he kicks you in the head before it goes dark in the room.
You cannot read that at all.
Just lovely. He was floating in through it. He just That adrenaline dump, Jack, that you get, it just makes everything feel weak after that first little bit. It's like, oh gosh, how can I even lift my arms? And we saw a little bit of that at the end of the second round. Just needs to get G'd up, put himself there in the gym a few more times, but an excellent debut from both fighters. They should both hold their heads very, very, very high. Really excellent, but I think the damage goes to Rufus.
I think so too, Steve.
Let's go for our official announcement. Oh, the decision.
I've got to say, Steve, that was an amazing debut fight. As you can see in this replay, those sweeps were immaculate. His kicks were put to perfection, and they were elegant, yet fast and efficient. And they were just on point in every single way and form.
Yeah, we just need a few of those moments, just a little more determination here. We're going to see the head kick land beautifully.
What a beautiful right.
And just being able to, there was good wherewithal, good cage control there. The slap, those cutting leg kicks were really nice as well from Rufus. I would like to see Granby roll out there. There's a lot of really, really good work from Rufus. Just being able to use his length and his ability to get himself back into positions. That's something that if, I always have Steve's threes at the end. I think working behind your jabs, being more secure in your takedowns, and finding ways of getting back into your stance as quickly as possible after exchanges. Those are ways for Rufus to improve. As for yourself, Lukasz Gogol, there wasn't enough in terms of your striking to really get an idea of you, right? You were striking into clinches constantly. You don't have to be worried about that. Try to get your head position a little better against the fence. And again, singles to doubles, doubles to singles. Let's go to Chris. He's got
Chris Simpson here with Rufus Nicholson. What a debut. I think after 9 minutes like that in your debut, I think that really is where you learn something about yourself. Do you feel like you learned a lot inside the cage in the 9 minutes that you were in there?
Yeah, when that third round, I was too content to just lay on the floor. I was just so tired, But yeah, I know the striking worked out great, and I'm just glad to come home with the W. Yeah.
When you heard split decision, were you confident that you'd done enough to get your hand raised?
I felt confident. I knew the third round was his, but in the first round, I think I landed some big shots. I wasn't hurt the whole fight. I thought I did well. Yeah, I thought I did enough.
You've had some crazy scrambles in there. Is that something that you put yourself in the position a lot in the gym? Is those crazy scrambling scenarios?
Well, like rolling out and stuff. And yeah, I was just, I'm more confident in the scramble than him. I think I've probably been doing jiu-jitsu longer. Chris is a great grappling teacher. And yeah, I was confident that I would win most of the scrambles.
Some shades of taekwondo in there with those whipping leg kicks, and especially those front roundhouse kicks. Is that something that you incorporate into your training a lot as well? Is your kicking game?
Yeah, lots of kicks. I mean, I've been training karate with Chris since I was about 6, so that's provided a nice base for my striking. I feel comfortable on the feet. Yeah, that left high kick. I mean, I'm left-legged, so I always thought it would hit me the left one or the right one.
Great. And like I said, hopefully no injuries when the adrenaline wears off, no aches and pains. When are you looking at getting back in the cage, maybe on the next Battle Arena card, or even sooner than that?
As soon as I can get a bit of recovery. I'm going to do a bit of travelling in the summer, but I'm looking to join some gyms in Bristol area, and get better.
Yeah. Well, great performance, Rufus. Thank you very much for that. All the best, mate. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thanks, guys. Cheers.